I have had this air conditioner for 5 years and I still don't know how to turn it off. What? I thought I was retarded for a mere second. Or I am. Oh my god. Anyway, I'm sorry. The second topic that you requested me to do was being a rich person doesn't just mean that they have the money. And I say, duh, every idiot would even know that. Until I asked my friend to give me advice about that. Problem I realized that. Okay, so the first thing you know about a rich person is that they're rich. It's true. But the second thing you know? Nothing. They know nothing about rich people other than they're rich. What a sad thing. So you might be thinking, whoa, hold on. The first topic took you like 5, 4, I don't know, many days, but this topic only took you like 2, 3 days? What the hell? Well, it is actually psychology related, so I'm sorry. Besides, I feel like a therapist. I've been feeling like a therapist for like recently. It's not a good thing because I'm not a real therapist, but I don't know, I just unconsciously opened my computer and typed, what do rich people have? Yes, I literally typed that. Anywho, so the first thing when people think about rich people, they're rich, of course. But not many people think about their approaches to being rich. Now, there are 3 ways people approach to be rich. 1, they are good people and they use good methods, and usually their fame will last. Their fortune would last way longer, and they will be considered saint in so many people's eyes. They will be the icon of at least 100 people they know. And now the second type of person is the bad type. They use bad methods to be able to become rich, and sooner or later they will be exposed, and once again will grab their bag of money, run to another country where they don't know the news yet, and just keep doing that until they have no country left. Oh my god. And then people regret, why did we even support them? And the third type of people happens to be the most popular type, believe me. They are good people, but they use weird, that is sugarcoating for bad ways. Yes, that's sugarcoating. I just use sugarcoating. Cool, right? Not cool. But they use weird methods to be able to become rich. In other words, however they become rich, people know that they are not traditional methods, and they are bad in many people's opinion. But they themselves are genuinely good people. And high chance they are devastated to become rich, or maybe they are pushed to the corner and have no other choice but to use that method. And you'll be surprised to know that those are the most popular type, and usually they would somehow bribe all the informants to hide that information. Yup, another advantage of being rich, you wouldn't be blackmailed. And if you are, just sue them. And now for what rich people have, the first thing, of course, money. The second thing, authority. Because damn, money equals authority in this society, because apparently being a good person doesn't make sure that you exist in this society anymore. Fuck this society. Now, for the next thing that I really adore about rich person are the intelligence. I know that sounds weird, but hear me out. However method you're using, you must be a genius to come up with that method. Or for people who use traditional methods, you must be genius because you actually coped up with that traditional method. Because let's be real, many people want to be rich, but why couldn't they stock up their fortune like many others do? Because, well, simple. They don't come up with the best method in able to become rich. Or maybe they are rich, but they don't know how to keep that fortune to themselves. Or maybe they are too cocky, so they show up all the time, and then there are several thieves comes in and they stole away all of your fortune. Simple like that. Rich people, they are smart. Like, I have to say, they are pretty smart. I don't care what industry they're in, but they must be super smart to come up with those strategies in order to keep them a hot topic in those industries. That's a plus point, okay? And even if those people are rumored to be bad, or maybe they have like a dark past or anything, they they are pretty goddamn smart, because however scandal that they may or may not have encountered, they must be goddamn genius because they somehow got away with it, or maybe they somehow still be able to keep themselves as hot topics. That is a plus point. And the second thing that the rich people have that I really adore are their mental health. Now hear me out. When you're rich, well, the other thing that are bound to happen to you is that you will have stress, you will have complaints from many people, you will receive criticism. And there are two options. Number one, you go to a therapist. You could just hire that therapist and visit her or he like once a week or many times a week, however you like. Or you deal with it and stay strong and grow as time passes, and you suddenly just, I don't know, you just feel you just feel like normal towards those comments. And I have to say though, that's a good thing, because having a mental health helps a lot when it comes to surviving in this cruel society. So good for them that they actually sharpens the mind and become a more mature person. And for those who are suffering because of those criticism, well, not so good for you, but hey, at least you still got money to hire a therapist. In any other way, rich people are bound to have like all kinds of rumors, all kinds of scandals, big or small, they will encounter them. But it's the way that they encounter with them and how they were after the scandals are what that fascinates me. So many celebrities who have like some notorious scandals, like seriously. I was shocked to find out that G-Dragon you smoke cocaine. I really was. But it was amazing how he still stays as one of the most famous K-pop idols in the history after the scandals. He remained strong, and he remained strong, and he even grew more mature. That is a good thing. Because how do I say this? When you are rich, and you are rich, somehow you will associate it with this stereotype that secretly you are miserable, but you have to hide it from the society. Think of it back. Now, if you think about it again, those cliches are correct. I feel bad for those people, and how do I say this? I admire your effort for staying strong. I mean, I do have my own experience being the kid with the bigger house in the neighborhood. How do I say this? Many people act nice to me just because of my parents' title. And honestly, it's not nice. I had trust issues. And I'm like, okay, so when will you stop? You know that you can only benefit yourself from my parents if you approach my parents, right? Because literally though, if you're good to me, how do I say this? My parent doesn't even care that much because they already know that it's for benefiting themselves, and plus I couldn't care less. So they wouldn't care unless they do anything physically that would harm me. Yeah, my parents would step in. And now for the last thing that rich people have that I don't think that many people who have the common life or have the low life could achieve. Well, not achieve. How does to achieve? And it may be a bit weird, but it is the empty feeling of how materialistic things couldn't fill in those gaps. How do I say this? Materialistic things, they meant a lot to some people, and to some people they fill in the gap of being a lonely person, of being a broke not a broke person, maybe being a hated person, whatever. But of course, stuffing themselves with all of those expensive luxury things wouldn't make them feel any happier, and that's when they experience this feeling called emptiness. And normally, common people who have the common life wouldn't feel that. Well, they will experience emptiness, but not bad, not how rich people achieve it. Because of course commoners could not achieve a lot of materialistic things, but they themselves always envy people who are who could like they could like they could buy all of those luxury brand or luxury brand stuff. Yeah, in reality it's not better. Rich people, the only thing that separates rich people from normal people is the fact that they have more money, and that's it. I mean, when it comes to psychological or physical things, they are no difference because they deal with stress, they deal with sadness, happiness, everything that commoners deal with every day. But the sad thing is that money equals authority, equals power, equals fame. And trust me, even though they seem to be super important, you don't actually need it. Just do whatever you want to do, be happy. And if you happen to be a rich person because you are doing what you're loving, congratulations, good for you. Stay strong. Lindan out.